Here we go. Time for the grand finale. The grand enchilada. I could go for an enchilada, actually, even though it's like 9 in the morning. Okay, fitting. Fitting that it's Monokuma that appears there, but there's a specific character that I want to get. No, not you, Sakura. Not you, Salvatore Leon. Not Hiro. Come on, where is she? Okay, close. Mondo is a favorite of mine. There she is. There we go. Alright, Junko. Who's ready for the finale, huh? The mastermind stands exposed and must pay for their crimes. Now all that's left is the looming mystery of Hope's Peak Academy itself. Hello, DDR Saint. Wow, we did not get a lot of skills. We only got Envious Influence and Lost in Thought, which are... No, Cool and Composed and Envious Influence are fucking Byakuya's skills. That's one of Hiro's, I know that. And Sayaka's, which I think you get automatically, because she's always going to be your first free time event. Now I really wish I got, Hina's second skill, which is Ambidextrous. Ambidextrous is really helpful during bullet time battles. It allows you to lock on 2 targets at once. Alright, you ready for the, are we ready for the grand finale? The final showdown between Hope and Despair until the next game? All rise.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win. But if you can't, then I win. And of course, waiting for the loser is a super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Nope, that's Piper, not Sawyer.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
Diving right in, huh? I think it's group photo.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us...
No, it's wrong.
There we go.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You two?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine is different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
I figured as much. In which case...
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
Oh, they're eating some Krispy Kremes together. This one too. It's just like I thought.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the one who's trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us. Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
I need proof to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the photos. And that person is the ones who got the photos.
I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hero got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
But we each saw our picture. It just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture. I love the art that they did for this. Like Sakura just using a fucking shoryuken on this like plastic salmon thing. I assume that's what it is, not like some. It's like some weird looking pool floaty. Hina's picture. Hiro's picture. Look how happy Chihiro is. Look at how happy he is. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Group photo has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo. I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like you were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
I got restricted for unoriginal and reproduced content? What the hell?
So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can you really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking these pictures either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. I forget this one. Amnesia, I think. Yeah, it's amnesia. Shit. Come on, give me an S. Give me an A. What does that spell? I don't know.
Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. Past it. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah. We all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. The DVD, probably. Yeah, interview DVD.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memories. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything.
No, it's wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that.
I fucking love that Makoto sprite.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Havoc Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean
I mean all of us, including you.
you lied. I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Don't even say that! We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in the school.
What kind of question is that?
And How did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me, I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life in this school.
Why? Why did you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane. How can I believe that?
Insane or not, you can't move forward until you accept it.
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Really?
Mia, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all in my head.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you? See? You figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time. How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come. That hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, will you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive. Pardon me?
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
And so until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course. They have to be here somewhere.
Shit, I just realized. Come on, Makoto, don't clam up now.
Shoot.
So who did it? Whoever did it is the same that much I'm sure.
When you is the mastermind?
Of course, they have to be here some. What makes you so? Exactly. You're just making the mastermind is.
There we go.
No, Squall.
That's the punchy.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
There's only 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me.
I blame Makoto.
What? Why me?
Cuz it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me! Wait, what are you trying to say?
Everybody, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time dickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about? If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been the other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
They made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here. Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know, go wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Thank you for the follow, The Honest Leaf Show. Yeah, it's gotta be Mukuro's profile.
This is the ultimate soldier. She must have been so, I mean, obviously.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
I've been denied so completely. Kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Mukuro's fatal injury. Whoa.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else. The mastermind.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask.
That's what the point of the mask is. I'm sorry.
The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusama. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way that Mukuro was the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see her face. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker, it should be obvious. Oh, this one.
You never saw their face, right?
If this is the one that I think it is, when I first played this game, I had no idea that the silencer existed. So I kept trying and failing to hit the right things. Because
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask.
no, this isn't it.
I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
No, I think it's right hand.
The left foot? Or could it be the hips?
It's
You never saw her, so you can't have any. I'm telling you now, you're wrong. There's another part of the
Oh? And is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
maybe the right or perhaps
The left foot? Or could it be the hips?
freaky Monokuma. Certain easy to spot area.
you never saw her.
So you can't have any idea who was on. I'm telling you now, it was
There we go.
no.
I couldn't remember if it was the right hand or the left hand.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
Guys, I think the fake nails should give it away.
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro. Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Ina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you, but what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything, Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burnt skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on. It's really funny considering that in every spin-off of the game, or like anytime people do a collaboration with Danganronpa, from what I remember, they don't depict Kyoko with like burnt hands anymore.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Otis, what are you barking at?
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? Corner just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
Omaiwa mu. Fuck, what is it? Omaiwa mu shinderu.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed.
Just like your brain!
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. The biolab.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. It's the tarp.
I got it! What makes me so so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is...
Bro, I missed everything. You just missed them arguing about who the mastermind was, really?
The tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wait a minute, if there's supposed to be lights on for every single person that was killed in the Killing Game, would Mondo's just be like there's nothing but a container of butter in there? Is it just like like the butter compartment of a fridge? Is that what that is?
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about...
I can't hear you. La, 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 la.
Monokuma jump scare?
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Okay, this is the last time that we're going to see her, but goddamn, Makoto's mom is really hot. I mean, look at her. She's awesome. And then Komaru was there. She's not going to be relevant until a spin-off game that a lot of people skip over. Because Ultra Despair Girls is kind of weird.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Okay, kids, we're gonna fight a bear.
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? What are you
Commercial disclosure and paid marketing?
The consistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
Excuse me, what about this live has commercial disclosure and paid marketing? I'm not being paid by Spike Chunsoft to play this. Why do they think every one of your streams is an ad? Probably because there's people who film their TVs with like these shitty plug-and plays that have like, this is a USB stick that has like 5,000 games on it. If you wanted to play classics from the PS1, PS2, and GameCube, you plug it in your TV. That's what you gotta do, right? It's BS.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
I have a bite-sized Butterfinger hero. Do you want that? 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is 10 lights.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. That's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth. And Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. Sakura was ninth. And the victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 20 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it. The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
No, they just finished all the Mondo butter and threw it in the trash. That's the only conclusion I can come up with.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Hey, Makoto.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
If that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? The same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about it? The same person was killed twice.
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right. Something like that
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. And can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
This might be the one that I got stuck on when I played the iOS version.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious because Kyoko's totally delusional.
No. Yep.
Who is this?
Yep, it's this one.
Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu, whatever? Or maybe Sakura Okami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
No, it's wrong.
There we go.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
I miss her already.
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... What does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
She's looking directly at the camera. Viper.
She already knew the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Yugo's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. All the silence? Then I must be right. I'm not wrong.
Mukuro alive? The only one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive.
The body found in the garden.
Probably Mukuro's fatal injury.
It wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive? That's right. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma?
You give up.
For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden.
The body found in wasn't.
Shit. Thank you for the follow, Chester Plays. What, you think something I said is wrong?
The body found in wasn't.
Damn it. I have like no idea what the hell the right answer is.
Wasn't she still alive? That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true.
Fuck. God damn it.
The body found in
The fuck?
wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive? That's right. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma?
For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden.
The body found in wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive? That's right. She made it so the mastermind's true.
What do you say, Monokuma?
God damn it. I'm gonna Google this. I need to Google this. I can't do it. Ooh, Halloween time indeed me. There's like 9 combinations, yeah. Sorry, Chad, I need to... No, I'm not trusting the gamer. The gamer is full of nothing but misinformation. Oh yeah, I can't wait to trust fucking Fandom Wikia and get like 5 million ads looking for just the answer. Take me to the chapter 6 one, goddammit. God, the internet's really fucking slow. Let's see. Okay, I guess... Yeah, it's gotta be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. I spent 10 minutes fucking Googling that.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that course.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
If Mukuro is not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, yes.
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would have to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check, absolutely. And I can't say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion wasn't done. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet. You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead, I'm sure of it. But if she were alive somehow, could that be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Maybe she used some sort of trick. Replaced, I think it is. Yep. Give me an A. Alright, come on, give me the D. Okay, no, don't take that out of context. Chat, do not take that out of context.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything matched Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique? Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how they could have switched. They switched at the beginning.
I got it.
Otis, fine.
They had switched places from the very beginning.
I'll pet you. You want so much attention, you little attention glutton.
From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, Then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met is actually Mukuro all along?
We'd already met her? I had like a normal conversation with her.
I love that quote so much.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But she really did use foundation.
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked the photo. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, more to be Despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate Despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity. As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity. When did I do that?
He still refuses to admit it. But he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity. Not once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. It was this, I believe. God damn it.
Okay, and
Okay, it's not this then. Oh, it's the group photo, I think. God damn it. I keep forgetting. Places to check, maybe? The ultimate despair doesn't refer to a single individual, but a group of like-minded people. Check the... Oh, it's the DVD. Yeah, the DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster,
Yeah. What the heck just happened? Get fucked, kiddo!
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
And that whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. Alright, time to shoot a bear. Is he just gonna go Grar every time?
What do you want?
That's 5 Grars now.
What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up. That's impossible.
Fuck. Let's go.
This should prove it.
Yep, another...
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
It is another bullet time battle, but, I read that... Kyoko Kirigiri fan, I read that as bath time battle because I barely got any sleep last night again.
I noticed it just a little while ago when we were all comparing the photos we got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all of these pictures. The unusual circumstance is Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face.
Someone make a Danganronpa fan game with bath time battle. Maybe don't do that.
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
What does that even mean?
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now.
Hey, look, Makoto was actually looking at it. Alright, let's see. I think that's it? I don't know. What was the identity of the ultimate fashionista who I met in the hall? I want to be Monokuma. Oh, Jesus. It's gotta be this. Mastermind attacked me with something. It's a knife. When the masked mastermind attacked me, who stopped them? I don't know, maybe this? What did the mastermind do with the mask after they took it off? What was the condition of the dead body when we first found it in the garden? It was a normal Mucha Lucha OC, I guess. We couldn't identify the mysterious body because it got blown up. Ah yes, the furnace from the Chapter 1 class trial. That's clearly what it is.
Here's exactly what happened.
He's looking directly at it.
Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusama. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a bio, which had been converted into a morgue.
Does Monokuma get an execution or what? You'll see soon.
Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the bio, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
Don't worry, guys. She's just sleeping.
She fabricated the murder to try and break Kyoko. He proved to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
What the Piper, calm down. That was just me. Also, I fucked that one up. After the surprise attack failed, the mastermind wailed. Nope, fuck.
Here's exactly what happened. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I got a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. the body. She was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out he was actually the same person we met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder.
How come the body didn't, like, blow up into fleshy chunks of meat? I'm just now realizing that.
And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Here we go, chat. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, and some of our home cooking.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
No thanks. What happens when you select OK?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? She's... I was half expecting him to say hot. The real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. I've been to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I mean, you kind of are.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before I got to school. Before arriving at school.
I got it! That's right. It was before I ever came to the school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
What does that what does that say? The world's cutest girl with the world's cutest eye patch? Why does this look like stuff that my mother would buy?
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me remained home when this all began.
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. So they aren't real?
sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
She's a famous model. No dip. She's on a magazine. I love that saying. No dip.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
And me. And Mukuro is Mukuro.
I'm me. I am me.
She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
Chat, I can fix her.
Not even if there's twins.
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Tuko fucking Enoshima!
I love that quote.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I had to get fucking bored with myself. If you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
If she was your twin, that means... you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste. And that's why you switched identities? Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal, just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
What? This wasn't supposed to... Why... me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
I'm scared. What is this person? Yeah, Junko's just insane.
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectation. No, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it? That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
Why is it in bold? I don't like that.
Killed my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. More than that. Super, 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 super despair.
Okay, who wants soup?
It just feels so good.
Now she's emo depressed. Yeah,
What the hell is wrong with you?
that's what I'm saying, hero. Yet a lot of people stand that character. You know the phrase, I can fix her? Junko is like the epitome of unfixable.
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example of someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
What kind? Are we talking peanuts? Walnuts? No, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells? Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells?
You're saying I don't compare to some dirty beast that can only kill and eat. So, I'm hopelessly attractive.
You are attractive.
Hopelessly athletic.
I'm not going to lie, chat. Junko is somewhat attractive.
I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood. Don't you mean that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow.
I like to imagine that she's just puppeting Monokuma like a ventriloquist dummy. Just call her Junko Dunham at this point.
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away.
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer. So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start floating.
Damn straight. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
Damn circus.
And then we'll have our victory.
I can't wait.
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When
Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to, the motives Monokuma came up with, I think.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
The theme for the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. For the first murder, the motive we were given was human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your friends.
That says your family.
For example, your family.
This is all backwards. What the hell?
I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do. You're the one that did it! Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay, time for the next question. So, what was the theme for the second motive?
For the second murder, the motive's theme was... This is when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. The past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
I miss Mondo. He was so cool.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
The theme for the third murder was... The reason Celeste turned to murder was she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So that time, the motive for murder was greed.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! So let's kill Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain! Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction!
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
The motive in the case of Sakura's death was... What was it that decided Sakura to decide to... use the death note on herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive in that fourth case was... betrayal?
I got it!
Oh, it was.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you and Oh, painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
Yep, we're already on the last trial. I thought I'd just get it out of the way today.
Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway.
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
I can't wait for the blind playthrough of V3. Me neither, actually. However, I actually was spoiled on one thing for V3 by complete accident. And it's one of the three people that survives, and it's Shuichi. Someone told me that Shuichi is one of the three people that survives. You need to do Danganronpa 2. I am actually planning to stream that after this. Like, I already streamed the prologue already to celebrate the game's anniversary in July.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Wait, actually, they could be lying to me about Shuichi surviving. I have no idea. Lost I... Because I don't even think he's a protagonist. I think Kaede is the protagonist.
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
You're in for a surprise. I'll try and stay off Twitter then. Because a lot of the people that I follow on Twitter are Danganronpa artists, and some of them do art of V3, so I'm not going to be checking a lot.
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
Unikitty described Despair Girls as weird. How? There is a quote in the game said by a character who's voiced by Matt Mercer, who I can't say here. And I think everybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. I mean, technically you don't really need to play V2 for V3.
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow.
Let it grow, you can't reap what you don't sow.
So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Is that a reference to something? Is Crazy Eddie from something? Plant a seed inside the earth. Just one way to know its worth. Let's celebrate the world's rebirth. We say let it grow. Yep, sure. I'd like to know your favorite character from Trigger Happy Havoc.
Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
Makoto Naegi. That's your favorite, huh? Makoto used to be my favorite for a while, but slowly over time, because of you guys, Byakuya has been growing on me and has kind of become my favorite character. Like, just out of irony. The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame!
Junko, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
I can't take it seriously, the fucking Statue of Liberty with Monokuma's face. You should stream the second anime after you play V2. I don't know. Wait, what's the one on the right? Right there. With the one with the Statue of Liberty. Is that Christ the Redeemer? Like that big statue in Rio or something? No, it looks like some statue of Buddha, actually. It's probably not Christ the Redeemer. But the Statue of Liberty, for some reason, all I can think of is... I think it's from the original Planet of the Apes, where they, where it's like a burned down Statue of Liberty. And the guy just goes, "No! You maniacs!"
Dangerous. The world is falling, so everything goes. That's what this means.
Meanwhile, Hiro is probably like... He grabs Junko by the shoulders and starts shaking him. Starts shaking her. Do they have Snickers bars still?
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
I think everyone in chat was thinking that, Byakuya.
From a movie or something, right?
A scene from a game.
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and be calm.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die.
I thought brains were pink. No, wait, it's called gray. I forget, it's called gray matter.
I don't remember. Ain't a fucking excuse no more. Because now it's time
Guys, she said the fuck word.
for the final class trial.
It's Genocide Jack's memory.
Come on, bitches. Remember or die.
Bitches!
What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it because of that crazy confusing video you showed us? I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
No, it's wrong. Actually, she might remember.
I don't know why they all just jump her. It's 6 versus 1. Do you know how many people survive in each game? It's in Danganronpa 1, it's 6. In Danganronpa 2, it's 5. And from what I've heard about V3, only 3 people live. Please let Kurumi Toho be one of the few that live.
The other two, Genocide Jack. The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge. Their memories are linked, right?
I see. Their memories are separate.
You didn't hear it? Okay. Danganronpa 1, 6 people survive. Danganronpa 2, 5 people survive. And from what I've heard about V3, only 3 people live.
But even if one personality is forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Yeah, sorry, my internet died for a sec. It's cool. It's cool. Internet's not perfect.
Toko, you're the only one who's alive.
Da-da-da-da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Wait, she just gave in like it's nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately.
Did Michael Bublé sing the Spider-Man theme song from the 60s once?
Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
I imagine Byakuya is just like holding Toko's head and is like directing it towards the TV. Do you recognize this? What month is it?
Aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
Oh hey, it's the guy who killed Medius in my Shadow Dragon playthrough. Roger.
Well, does it look familiar?
Mr. President, the second Monokuma has hit the tower.
I don't have all the details, but of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
That's in the footage. He's punching the tower. Monokuma, a giant Monokuma that looks like a Megazord out of what are Megazords from? Power Rangers. It's just like punching a tower.
So you did lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier?
I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. Please,
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
what's the matter, mister? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
Tragedy?
Oh no! You easily forgot? Maybe I can help you remember. With a kiss.
Fucking do it. I'll give you $5.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
This is actually kind of funny because Genocide Jill and Junko have the same voice actress. So that means they all could have survived if someone asked Genocide Jill what it's like outside. Probably. Considering the fact that she only appears, like, she first appears in Chapter 2, there's, like, no fucking way that Sayaka, Junko, or Leon would be able to ask her. Same with, Chihiro, actually. And, by circumstance, Mondo. What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Has this all because of that event? What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
It's 7:52 a.m. For Jesus, you must be on like the West Coast or something, because right now it's almost 11.
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that. Done. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, I started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
Oh my god, could you actually imagine if somebody this billionaire just built like a replica of the Statue of Liberty but with Monokuma's face?
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time left, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
AM or PM? It's AM for me.
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! This is the true tragedy!
To die, to sleep no more.
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrels. Whatever happened doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How could the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need for panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagaki Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
The Togami family fell, the Togami family fell, or the Togami family fell. I think it's the Togami family fell, but I'm not... I think it's the middle one.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
Yeah, it's definitely the middle one. The other two would have just given you an instant game over, because those aren't wrong. Those are wrong.
Look, I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, look, it's my profile picture.
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
with these idiotic jokes?
So, and said with such authority, a peasant would dare challenge us, the avatar of divine punishment?
Wait, I thought the answer was the Togami family fell. I didn't know.
You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They could possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Well, come on. That doesn't make any sense.
That don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken.
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like you said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Instead you chose the Togami family fell. You need to restart the game. Nah, I don't think I will. I think I got it right. Thank you for the rose, Phoenix. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. So the memories she took from us are life at Hope's Peak.
I got it. If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life. That's not possible.
I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. Nah, choosing the Togami family fell was very important. But if that's the truth, then we have to accept it. Alright, time. I think it's locker notebook.
2 years worth of memories. I could never do something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! any awesome school events or anything. Heck, I've never even gone to a single...
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Eat this, Kaiji Tang. No offense to Kaiji Tang, he's an amazing voice actor.
Kira, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the second floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
What's up with that? Is something wrong?
It's kind of similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt. But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing. No, no way.
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies. It's all one big lie.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing anything.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
It's just so desperately dark. The mystery solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
I've been to 2.
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossom and youth have you missed out on?
And at the first funeral, somebody farted incredibly loud and I laughed. And my entire family looked at me like I was a fucking disgrace.
How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
Again, Hiro's probably shaking Junko up and down, like grabbing her by the shoulders and shaking her. Is like, how many bake sales did I miss out on? How many book fairs? Okay, anybody in chat who's like still in school, are book fairs still a thing? Like, they'd have like books that you could like buy or something? Because that's what my schools had. In elementary school, okay. Not in high school. Yeah, I think the last one that I had was like, that I've been to was like in middle school or something.
And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
The extinction of brownies with delicious fudge inside of them.
Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in chat saying that there's still a thing in elementary school. God, the last time that I actually bought something from a book fair was this activity book that was themed around Plants vs. Zombies, because that's what was popular at the time. If they ever will have one, they should add manga. I've seen the first 2 issues of the Twilight Princess manga advertised there at like book fairs.
You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you've forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourself to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
I never bought actual books, only scented erasers and pens. Oh, fuck. What were the names of those, like, pencils that came in, like, little tubes? And they had, like, scents on them. Can someone in chat, like, remind me?
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. This finding stuff is boring.
Same. Trump is still running for president.
Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring! What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
They were called Centos. I remember them being called, like, Smensels or something, but... Gotta go now, my bus arrived at school. Later, Phoenix, have a good day, buddy.
Yeah, so figure out the rest of yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
Hero, what? Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Thank you for the rose, Phoenix. Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time. And that was when I fainted.
I got it.
The whole world.
First came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall.
My life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like it take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on the desk. I assume not much time had passed since I collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
He was in a coma for that long?
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between have been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Gone. Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
Reminds me of the lyric of that one Kanye song. There's a song by Kanye West where one of the lyrics is just, remember the time where we first met. I can't remember the time when we first met.
Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other. But
Piper, what is it?
But by that point, we've already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this.
Mushroom.
I love you all so much.
I love you too, Junko.
What? Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
Isn't it canonical that Junko has a crush on Makoto?
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
To the first Thanksgiving, to get turkeys off the menu.
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students. What are you?
I'm the person who puts the Bible in the fiction section at the library. I'm kidding, by the way.
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors.
I forgot how long this class trial is, too.
The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
What about the 70s? No, DR2 is the 77th.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The one who turned the Hope's Peak shelter into a shelter and isolated us here, Junko herself. Yes, the fucking Prime Minister of Japan. But no, it's the headmaster.
I got it! You've only been the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe you have something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea.
Look, it's Persona 5.
He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Bitch.
Once you finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 10 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live.
So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
It would seem that there's a little bit left out there. You souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was... It was the hangman's gambit. Hijack. Give me an I. Give me a J. Give me a Flying J gas station.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
I thought you were hijacking someone else, which would circle back to a joke that I made.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be the symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them. Expels them?
Bro, just, I don't know, bomb the school? TikTok, I mean that as a way to get the students out of the school.
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Oh, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you despaired even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if you did, then what? despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you are bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See, discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair too, like right fucking now.
Truth? Full of despair? That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourself up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
It's my profile picture again. This ain't the class trial no more. This is a monologue. Pretty much.
No, no,
Get it? Get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
but I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
She's normal now. Guys, we fixed her.
Huh?
You say the world's falling apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrödinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Aren't you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure.
I can't help but think of the stupid edit my friend made, where instead of goners, it says something else. I think I'll send it in the Discord when I'm done.
Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you.
Why do people like Junko? I do. I think she's a funny character. I think she's a really fun villain.
For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
What do you call the executions then?
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder, plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault.
You certainly have a talent for talking about W. That must be your approach, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which hope? Well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of hope.
It's just one more person.
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
You mean we just...
We have to just live here.
She said to let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec. I just got hit with an inspiration bomb. Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment. What? You can't just...
You mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who's the biggest losio?
Makoto, you're up. Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished?
I just joined the Discord? Okay. I can't check the Discord while I'm recording because it's gonna screw up everything for when this gets uploaded to YouTube, but...
Don't you have faith in your friend?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Wow.
What? So beautiful. Your lovely faces, molded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko,
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna get in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
no boy. Nobody's gonna give in to despair. We're not gonna lose to you.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
And your stupid life.
The final vote. How do you set up your camera? I put my phone inside of a shoe. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all. Make your argument.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
I remember this.
That would be the end of Hope's Week Academy.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. To live, it's moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why. No matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Week Academy.
I decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside, the only reason we're out is thanks to the air purifier.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of
The sun is
By the way, the air, the only reason we're up is thanks to the air purifiers and the physics. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision. If I die, the purifiers, in other words, like the communal life you've all been living will come to it.
What was that noise?
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I never look like it. I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. No matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of
The sun is
By the way, the air, the only reason we're up is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want.
She said meh.
I've made my decision.
Okay.
The pure, in other words, the communal life you've all been living.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might get into despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Week Academy.
I decided to have faith in myself.
No, 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 no. No.
That's totally cool. The only reason we're up is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, the pure, in other words, the communal life you've all been living.
I can keep on living
you want?
Children's walk now.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that? No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you?
I'm Makoto Naegi. The ultimate hope has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Makoto's stupid fucking face.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
No. Why? How? Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still... Leon mode. The time Leon keeps repeating stupid. I was actually quoting Dupless from Paper Mario, but okay.
You suck.
You swallow.
Uncool. You dare to stand against us. Hope is a joke. Who are you? Where do you see this here? You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable.
Despair into tomorrow. Despair into your memories. Despair into nothingness.
What?
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Okay, that's what I get for listening to her quote, I guess.
Tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going. I refuse to give up. I refuse to give forward. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
114 medals for the final trial. With the power of friendship, quote. Yeah, at this... Hey, there's 6 of them. They could use the elements of harmony to defeat Juko. Born to play Danganronpa, forced to watch the gameplay. Just don't watch Game Grumps. Game Grumps are poopy heads.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Hero accidentally pulls the lever to vote for Hope.
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials.
said it, Kyoko.
The hell?
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way!
Well, that's just...
It can't be! You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem. Pathetic. But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
I can't take her seriously. Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end?
true despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
Now
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
true despair.
Ah, I am so hopelessly happy right now. Wait, is she enjoying this? Anyway, so, are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best.
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me hurt you.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair. Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Good job, Makoto. Everyone. You said that despair is as contagious as any disease. Foreshadowing?
However,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us and see how true that is. Kyoko!
no.
Stop it. Stop. I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling on to your hope? Of course, because we...
Fine.
Shut up! That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right? Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on! It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in life. So,
Don't get in my way!
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful.
Even a tenth of this despair, even 100.
I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this.
I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
congratulations! Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. See you later, Junko. The ultimate punishment. The Cage of Death. The Burning of the Versailles Witch. The Excavator Destroyer. Blast Off. I always forget this punishment. After school lesson. Emergency override. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial, Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair, life at Hope's Peak Academy, it was all over. Chapter 6, ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. The end. You received the Monokuma hair tie present. However, there's the epilogue. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said, they shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. That's the next game. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But in the end,
Hey,
we can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us. But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. If that makes sense, it makes sense that it would be our way out of here. But you never know. Maybe it's a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never specifically said that she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's nothing to worry about.
My beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far up. Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind?
It's all over. We're just about to leave the school.
What? Leave? We can go outside? And that means me and Master can get married? And he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've ever encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem. But it's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think a part of me still thinks
Serious?
maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie, peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can avoid moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty.
I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there. What are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts? Or your bank account?
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat.
Ah, I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one.
Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world. That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin. Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward. I can face forward and keep moving. And if we get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me. And the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm gonna keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. And since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening a door to the future. And with that, ends Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Thank you all so much for all the support that I've gained through this series. Like, seriously, this is the best series I think I've ever streamed, like, of all time. Like, not just a gameplay standard, but just altogether. I've gained so much. I've gained a lot of knowledge from this. I've met so many new people. I got to meet people who I ended up becoming friends with. And you know what? I'm not... Hey, look, there's Mondo and Taka and the Sun again. And once again, from the bottom of my heart, chat, thank you all so much for experiencing this with me. Breath of the Wild will be later today. As for Friday, I'm going to be taking that day off. I think after finishing this game, I've earned a day off, you know? Likewise, this man, it was such a cool part of my life. Yeah. This game, a game that I used to think was a dating simulator, ended up having one of the best narratives I've ever seen in a game. I mean it when I say this. This game is absolutely amazing when people on the internet stop telling you that it's bad. And with that, my dog's barking at something. I'm gonna go check on him. You guys enjoy the credits for now. Alright, chat, I've returned. PR and marketing. I don't know, the original release of this game, I don't think it did super well because it was on the Was it on the PS Vita? Because I know the original Japanese game was on the PSP. Oh, hey, look, it's the cut. That right there on the TV screen was the Man's Fantasy cutscene from Chapter 3 that I didn't get. So, there's your little glimpse into fan service, chat. I hope you're happy. It was a Vita game in Japan originally. Okay. Makoto next to Hifumi. Nope. Nope. Wake up. And then the goat translated it in English on the forums. When's V3? I will stream Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, and then I will play Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony, and if possible, I will play Danganronpa S. Ultimate Summer Camp. Same people that made Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, by the way.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Oh no, shiver me timbers. You received the Easter egg present. So, there it is, school mode. This is a what-if simulation type play mode. I'm actually going to be streaming that
as like a one-off, really. And I will try and get max affinity with one person. And I'm gonna let people on my Discord decide that, probably. I haven't decided.
Hey,
Look at Monokuma, he's so happy.
I love music. They say that music calms the heart of the savage beast.
Let's see if I can get it. Because there is a present that you can get after beating the game that unlocks an additional cutscene. I got it first try? What the fuck? There is no fucking way that that happened. This is like when I silenced you. This is like when I silenced Legault. No, when Legault silenced Nurgle in my FE7 playthrough. So, in the movie gallery, when you get that item called the escape button, you get Goodbye Despair High with all the students. And I'm gonna show it. I'm still shocked that I got it first try. God damn. But anyway, with all that said, yeah, I'm definitely saving my changes after that. You bet your bosom. So, thank you all so much for watching this series. School mode is going to be school mode.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Enchanting Dangan Academy, purely prismatic souls, will be a one-off stream when I have like nothing else to stream personally. I'm probably gonna save it for like a rainy day or something because it's got some replayability. And with all that said, thank you all so much for all the support for Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. The next game that I'll be streaming in the Danganronpa series will be Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Thank you for streaming the game. Thank you for just being here, experiencing it right next to me. Like, hey, the couch that I stream this on, the couch that I do my streaming on, I'm just imagining you guys are all sitting right next to me and watching the play-by-play happen, you know? So, thank you all so much for tuning into this series, and I'll see you in the next series someday. Peace.